good news, it's over, and exactly, and now the fun begins. And when I say fun, I truly mean this is the most fun job you could possibly find. If anyone ever comes to you and says the greatest perks, the greatest benefits of this job is the free flights or the flexible schedule, they're somewhat right, because those are amazing benefits, but they're not the greatest. And the greatest benefits, the greatest perk of this job is the experiences, the friendships, and the memories that you'll make while you're here. When I think of that stuff, when I think of the memories that I've made while I was here, I can't help but think of the greatest memory that I made, which was the day that I met my girlfriend while I was on layover in Burbank. I picked up a trip last minute. You know, it was an easy trip. I was going to deadhead out to Burbank. I was going to spend the day, have some lunch, work the red-eye flight back that night. So two of the crew members that were working the flight that I was deadheading on were two friends of mine. And we get to the hotel, and I go down to lunch with them. We're sitting at the hotel bar just having lunch, having a great time, catching up. And in walks this beautiful blonde. She's down at the end of the bar. And I couldn't take my eyes off of her the second she walked in. And one of the flight attendants who was with me, he noticed it, and he goes, "Eric, she's gorgeous. Go talk to her." I'm like, "Tad, I'm not here to pick up women. I just want to have lunch, call it a day." He goes, "Eric, seriously, Tad, please, it's not." Next thing I know, Tad's going, excuse me. And I'm like, "Hey, no, please don't do that, please." He goes, "I hate to bother you," he goes, "but are you single by any chance?" And she goes, Yeah, I am." He goes, "Perfect." He goes, "because my friend thinks you're adorable and would love to buy you a drink." So she comes over and we start talking, and we hit it off right away. I mean, just an amazing girl, sweet, down to earth. Visiting LA from a place called Joplin, Missouri, which I had never heard of in my life. Yeah. And we exchanged numbers thinking nothing of it because she lived in Missouri and I lived in Brooklyn. But the whole flight home, I just couldn't stop thinking about this girl. I mean, just absolutely amazing. So when I got home to New York, I racked my brain on ways that I can start conversation with her via text. And we would text back and forth for 2 weeks, and finally I was like, you know what, I've got to see you again. So I hopped on a flight to Kansas City, Missouri. I rented a car, and I drove 3 hours to Joplin, Missouri. Talk about dedication, huh? The whole time thinking to myself, what the heck am I doing right now? I met this girl once. She could be the biggest psychopath. I have no idea. But I take her out for coffee. I spent the weekend. I got a hotel, spent the weekend, and after that, every chance I can get, I would go out to Joplin, Missouri, just to spend a couple of days with her. She moved to New York about a year ago. We moved in together, and she was working for Verizon. And I was here, and every day I'd come home and I'd have great stories, and I would tell her all these amazing things about JetBlue, and she would tell me how miserable her job was and how much she hated it. So I said to her, "Babe, we're hiring right now. Why don't you come to JetBlue?" So here she is today. She's graduated. Jen, I'm going to ask you to speak up for 1 second. Speak up. Jennifer Dukehart, I love you unconditionally. I've had so many amazing moments in my life, but the moment I met you was the greatest one. You are so perfect to me in every possible way, and I want to love you for the rest of my life. Family, in front of my family, in front of your classmates, and in front of a bunch of random people out there. I say that you're married me. For those of you who don't know Jen, she's extremely shy and she would probably kill me as soon as we get off the stage. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on all of you guys. Thank you.